Hi guys, I am back with another review video. This is going to be very brief. Not going to take up too much of your time, but the book that I read is A Fierce and Subtle Poison by Samantha Mabry. I found this book in a half-price bookstore. I was immediately captured by the beautiful cover, so that initially drew my attention. I had never heard of this book before, so it was just something that caught my eye in the bookstore. And after I read the back of the book and the inner flap, I was hooked, I was sold. So the inner flap says, "Some say she grants wishes, some say her touch kills. One boy is drawn into her enchanted world." So this book is about a boy named Lucas. He's a teenage boy. I think he's 17. And he lives in Puerto Rico with his father, who is a hotel developer. So they're very rich. He has a few friends, not many. He seems like he's a flirt too. So he really enjoys spending time with other girls and getting them to fall in love with him. So I was kind of put off by the character from the very beginning, but I was still willing to give the book a chance, so I kept reading forward. So Lucas gets these letters, these anonymous letters, and he soon makes the connection that it is possibly the scientist's daughter who is reaching out to him. So as all of this is going on, there have been other girls in the community who have gone missing. Some have even turned up dead. And he seeks the scientist's daughter out to answer some of his questions. And what he finds is very, very interesting. And the story kind of unfolds from there, and he dives into another world. He soon discovers that the scientist's daughter, her name is Isabelle, by the way, she is not the typical girl that he is used to. He cannot make her fall in love with him as easily as he has the other girls in the past, but he still seems to fall for her nonetheless. And it kills him that he cannot get close to her because of her condition. And without giving too much of the story away, she does have a condition that prevents her from enjoying life as a normal girl should. So I think there are two major themes of this story. The first theme is of love. We see the lack of love between him and his father. We see the lack of love between him and his mother because his mother actually abandoned him when he was a young boy. And we see the longing for love of him trying to swoon these many girls and Isabelle herself. So love is a major theme from Lucas's perspective. The lack of love that Isabelle is able to produce or give is very sad. The powerful amount of love that Dr. Ford, the scientist, feels for his daughter and the lengths that he would go to protect her, that's also a major theme of the story. The second major theme is of sacrifice. So again, Dr. Ford has to sacrifice things in order to preserve his daughter. And Lucas even is willing to sacrifice things in order to get closer to Isabelle. Isabelle herself she has no choice but to sacrifice many, many things that young girls are given the opportunity to have or to be, because she is not unlike the rest of them. So the themes of love and sacrifice are very, very evident. The author of this book, Samantha Mabry, is a Latino author, and this is actually her first novel. I really, truly enjoyed the way that she wove her words together very delicately and beautifully. It really made me feel as though I was experiencing a different part of the world that I had never experienced before in real life. Her use of imagery is very exceptional. However, I would have preferred if the narrative voice was not that of Lucas's. I would have much preferred it be from the viewpoint of Isabelle, as she is the more interesting character in the entire novel. I connected with her more so than I connected with Lucas. even with Lucas's character, it did not develop from the beginning of the story to the end. I still felt as though he had not changed at all. He actually regressed. And I did not enjoy that. So I gave this book a 3 stars because it didn't deserve anything less than a 3 stars. But had it had been from the viewpoint of Isabelle, it would have warranted more than 3 stars. The most frustrating thing about this entire book was near the end when Lucas is observing Isabelle and her father in the water, and they are having a discussion. And we are not able to hear that discussion. We are only able to witness it from afar and watch the events ensue after. And there are so many questions that I still have, and it was almost as if the ending was not really an ending, that it was a major cliffhanger. But I do know that there is not a sequel to this book, so it must have been the ending that she wanted, just not the ending that I had hoped for.